your home for the holidays right here on the Deborah Kennedy Show set, and back by popular demand is our very favorite flower diva. Welcome, Carrie.
Thank you.
Who is going to show you how to make some fabulous home for the holiday beauty in your home, right?
That's right. That's right.
You were saying that greenery is beautiful by itself.
Yeah, and it lasts the whole season.
You always make our set fabulous. And we want to show today something that you did for our Home for the Holidays segment. You did some beautiful arrangements over there, and tell us what you did.
They're just live poinsettia plants, and I put them in simple wooden boxes. Again, very basic, very, au naturel. And what I did is I actually stuck some greenery into the poinsettias just to make them look a little more holiday-ish. And the ribbon has a little bit of glitz, but it's basically based in the burlap, and it's just very simple.
And beautiful. And you're so very artistic. So everything you do, it looks simple, but it's not. You're artistic. You have that little flair. So we're going to show our audience just how to do something at home, simple, that can really decorate your table for a holiday dinner or just in time for the holidays.
That's right.
Just greenery.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
What I have here is just a simple little drawer, came out of like an old dresser thing that was falling apart. Just put some paint on it. And this is just styrofoam, stuff you can find at the craft store. I just cut it to fit. Wasn't perfect or anything like that. It's just going to help us hold our greenery here.
So you can look for this up in your attic and see, or probably go to a local craft store and find something similar.
Find a little thing.
Something.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, start with some really pretty pine, and of course, always cut at an angle. I actually make almost like a pointy tip when you're using greenery. Yeah, and just natural. I'm going to make this kind of one-sided, so I'm actually going to back up my tall pieces here, and you're just going to stick it in, and of course, be careful, it's pointy. So it hurts a little bit.
I love the smell of it. That's what I love. It just smells so Christmassy.
Yes,
who needs a candle when you have this?
That's right. And you know what, too? If you get a fresh Christmas tree, never let the people throw away the bottom boughs that they cut off to fit it into the stand. Bring it home, and you can decorate with it. Whether you do this with it or, lay it around, like if you have a mantle or whatnot. It's very, very pretty.
Oh, see? A tip right there. Already. She's giving you the most amazing tip. Who would have thought of that?
And this is Cryptomeria. It's really pretty, kind of fun. I'm just going to cut that down because we don't need it quite so big.
Now explain to me what that is.
It's a type of, evergreen type tree that grows around. If you
Where could we get that?
Well,
we sometimes borrow from our neighbors' yards. Needless to say.
Yes. Now, this is some of the stuff that we got off our Christmas tree.
Your own. She didn't have to take that one.
Yeah.
That's legal.
That's right. So I'm just going to stick it on in here. And this is the stuff that's very fragrant, is what the Christmas trees are. So... And you got to accept the fact that you're going to get poked, whether you want to or not.
And I do like the way she's doing. If you notice, she does at an angle. One side. So
yep, you got to kind of fill it in. So do some of this. Actually,
and I'm not helping her because I don't want to get poked. She's just an expert at this. At least that's what I'm telling her.
And so just
there's something special about the holidays. I mean, there's just something so special. And there's really something special about Christmas trees, pine, the smell of it, because I think that's what makes the memories of the holidays, really.
Exactly. This is just some boxwood.
Boxwood we know where to get.
Yeah. Boxwood's pretty common around here.
In your own yard, sometimes you have those.
Yes. It's a big landscaping plant down here, so again, I'm just going to chop those up, and just, because it's so thick, I kind of just like to use it to fill in.
Right.
So I'm going to stick it way down in the middle. And then, too, don't forget the front, because you want to come over the edge. And you're just gonna stick it in there.
Ooh.
And it's just that, and then if you had Christmas balls or candy canes or any of that kind
lights,
of stuff.
if you want to do some lights around it.
Whatever you wanted to do. And that'll sit nicely on a mantle.
Right.
Or any of those things. Or you can make it all the way around and it can be your centerpiece on your table.
Right,
Whatever
and
you
I
wanna
love,
do.
like you usually do around the bottom a bow.
Yes,
You know,
tie
so this
ribbon.
is kind of cool. It has like
Yep.
the little knob on it. But if you could do a ribbon around it.
Exactly.
You could do a bow. Or what we're talking about today is the simplicity,
Just
is
leave it at
magical
jewelry.
too. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
love that. Well, you're not only just showing us one.
I'm gonna show
Our
you another
audience
one.
is going to learn something new. Another one. So if
Yeah.
that one doesn't float your boat, this one will.
Yeah, this
Right?
is a garden sphere. And I actually picked it up at a local store.
Okay.
And or you can go to your hardware store, and these are like actually very, very hot right now, whether you line them with moss or whatnot, use them in the garden or whatnot. What we're going to do with this is cover it just with a few boughs of greenery, and then the intention is that you hang it, and then you can stick a candle in here.
Oh, I love
So
that.
I would probably highly suggest you use the battery operated candles, just to be safe with this much
case it
greenery.
falls.
Yes.
It's almost
So
at home.
So-
Or at the party that you have, and the person maybe has had one too many cocktails.
yeah. So I started wiring this, and all I did is follow the shape of the ball. But I was thinking it might even be easier for people if you zip cord it. Which is even faster and easier. And this is more of that cryptomeria, and why I like it is because it has all these really
hanging
pretty
balls,
little
I
doodad
like that too.
things. So
Let me hold while you.
yeah, you just kind of start them in there, and I think we'll do 2 pieces. So you kind of want some to hang down, but you also want some to kind of cover
Okay.
where you're going. So you're gonna pull your zip tie through. I know, it's kind of hard to see, isn't it?
Can you see it?
I see it.
There you go. It's flat.
Awesome. So, yeah, and just try to find one that kind of matches with what you got going on. I think we got it. I'm just going to pull this over a little bit.
Okay.
And then, of course, when it's done, you can kind of, hide it around and
Clip it,
whatnot.
maybe?
Yep. There you go. And then we're going to kind of turn it. And we're going to
So
do
I
the
love
same
that you
thing.
said this is a hot thing. I love to look at Pinterest, and I see
Yes.
so many of these.
Yep.
Like different versions of it, but
Exactly.
I was like, I could never do that. I could never do that.
No,
now we
it's
can.
so easy. And the biggest expense, obviously is just the sphere.
Sphere, right.
But you can use it for so many holidays. Maybe during the summer you plant it with a plant, and then I'm going to stick this through here
Okay.
too. But during the holidays you decorate it up. So that's always nice. Sometimes if you go in and around, you can kind of let it cover itself up with another branch.
Right. That's what a pro does. But this is one of those things that you can do and play with, and if you don't like it, you
Yeah.
can rearrange it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what's nice too is up here, you just kind of clip off what's sticking out, not looking real pretty.
Right.
And you could tie a bow on it. You could glue the balls on it, whatnot.
Oh, that would be pretty to put one ball right here. And I love the candles now that you have the little remote control.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
those are the perfect ones to put.
And then to stay with the rustic look, you're going to hang it with some really
love
thick
this.
twine. And I just do like this. Just make like a knot. And then that way you can hang it.
Look, that is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. And like you said, just a candle
simple.
here.
Yep.
I don't even think it would need an ornament up there. I think it's just so, this is like one of those things you see in the $1 million homes.
Yep.
Honestly, this is just beautiful.
And two, if you had like a period home, this is very much how they decorated. Because they didn't have like department
things
stores
don't
to
have,
go
right.
shopping at to find decorations. So
You had to get them from your neighbor's yard,
That's right,
from your
that's
yard,
right. Your
or from your
garden.
tree. They had
That's
trees back
right.
then. So these are, just bringing back to reality the beauty of the season.
Yes.
And, sometimes we have to, go all elaborate and decorate and put too much out. This is simplistic beauty. The smell
Yes.
just, brings back memories. The look of it is just beautiful. And you are our most creative, so
thank you.
thank you so much. We should showed today how to make a little box if you need something for your table or for your mantle or one of the rooms that just needs a little something extra. We did this beautiful sphere that you can hang from
your porch or, somewhere if you have a great big foyer or something. And then this was made in a cone that's on a hook. You can put it on your front door or on a post.
Right.
You're ready to go.
Ready to go. Home for the holidays.
That's right.
Well, thank you for always stopping by and making our set so beautiful. And the ideas you can get, if you didn't catch this, you can go DeborahKennedyShow.com. It will be on the podcast, and you can tune in and watch it and rewatch it, and then you can get the look that she accomplished today yourself. So, Carrie, shall we tell our audience out there happy holidays?
Yes.
Happy holidays!
To view this entire episode or to view other past episodes, please visit our podcast site at DeborahKennedyShow.com.
I am so honored to be on the set tonight with the fabulous Mr. Aubrey Harley. Welcome to the show.
Well, Deborah, thank you so much for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited to be here, to see you. It's just so amazing. How have you been?
I've been great. How about you?
Awesome. Been just awesome. Just life is good, living the dream.
So let's show some of those hot looks tonight.
Absolutely.
So our first look, Adele could not be hotter now. Her CD was just released.
Yes.
And our first model has the Adele hairstyle.
Yes, so the first model was inspired with the Adele hairstyle. As you can see, we have balance, we have symmetry, and we have volume. So we want the hair to be kind of high, swept off the face, so therefore we can show the contour of the face, the makeup, and just that total look there. So if you take a look at Adele's hairstyle here that we actually was inspired by Adele, if you look at the back, it's just nice, very soft buns.
Right.
It's not anything too contrived or too perfect, but we wanted just a little messy to make it just a little lived in.
Right.
So it's an easy fix at home. It's great for holiday parties, and it's an awesome look.
Well, she's the hottest thing going, and that hairstyle was the hottest thing going.
Well, thank you.
Oh, well, next up, we have a great look. Katy Perry, another great singer.
Absolutely. Katy Perry. The great thing about the Katy Perry look, here we have nice soft curls. So this is very easy to do at home. It's a quick fix. I would say mainly about 15 minutes this look can be created. This is simply by using a wand. So you're just actually taking single strands of hair and just wrapping it around the wand and creating nice soft texture, making it full of volume. But remember, you want to have that balance, symmetry, and shape.
And she seems to have a lot of hair. She seems to have a full head of hair. Would that work for someone with thin hair as well?
Absolutely. The great thing, if you have, I guess, say for instance, if they have thinner hair or fine hair, they want to take thicker sections because that's going to make the hair appear to be fuller. Absolutely.
Love that. Now, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh my
She
gosh.
not only dresses the most amazing, but her hairstyle is to die for always.
Well, Sex and the City, for years, it has been a huge hit, and it has actually contradicted the fashion here for mainly women in America today. And just those three ladies, I mean, oh my gosh, it just was amazing. So the great thing about the look that we inspired here you have something that's half up and half down. So we actually went through, we created some soft chignon buns.
Right.
We have one that's actually living right on the crown, one that's living right in the back on the occipital, and then we just left the hair at the nape to be soft, so therefore it can contour the neck. If you have that type of party that you go into where you're wearing something off the shoulders, or even if you're wearing something that's covering the shoulders, this is the look that's going to actually complete that fashion look for you.
I love it. That would work for me tonight.
Absolutely.
Off the shoulder.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
Off the shoulder. Yes, it would.
So we have our models here, and they all look fabulous, but I would also like you guys to turn around so we can see, because we talked about the beauty of the back of the hair, so that we can see exactly how it's structured. And for those people at home that want to try to create this style, it gives them, a little visual of how you did it, where the placement of, the hairpins are, where the placement of the curls are. Girls, and now you can turn back around, show the beautiful faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the great thing about the look also that will help complete the look is hair ornaments. So let's say, for instance, if you have maybe that clipped on earring that you use to clip on and you may have lost the other one, you can actually take that little clip on and just clip it into the hair somewhere and actually create a nice hair ornament. And what happens, it takes the style to a higher level of visual achievement.
Right. I love it. This was just a genius idea. It's perfect for this time of year. Everybody's getting ready for their holiday parties. You don't want the same old for your hair.
Absolutely.
So we have showed, you have shown, they have shown how to create the most amazing look so
Yes.
you can be the hit of the party.
Absolutely. Who doesn't want to be the hit of the party, right?
That's right.
You have to
Everybody
show up
wants
show
to
out.
be famous, right?
Yes, that's
show
it.
up or
Just
show out. I
There
love
you go.
that. Thank you, Mr. Aubrey, for being here
Thank you
tonight.
so much for having me, and it's always been a pleasure. And I would like to say happy holidays to you and your family as well.
Thank you. We have it right here from the amazing Mr. Aubrey Harley and those amazing models with hairstyles that you can create at home. We've got some quick and easy tips for how to cut back on calories during that busy holiday time with my fabulous friends from Urban House Call.
Hi, Deborah.
So good to see you, Doctors Robinson.
Thanks for having us.
Rarely you see two doctors that work well together, and you've been doing it for many years.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you've been educating a lot of people.
You've got it. That's our passion, educating the community, and that's why we do what we do.
And we love it. We're so excited that you're here tonight.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for having us.
We're going to talk about a few things that our audience out there can benefit from for the holidays. What is your first tip?
Our first tip, really, and this is something that a lot of us tend to do, we save up for that big holiday meal. We're so excited to have it, and so we say, oh, I'm going to save my appetite. I don't want to spoil it. But studies actually show that we then tend to overeat.
Right.
And so the first tip that we definitely want people to understand is you should snack a little bit during the day. Some healthy, really protein-rich foods like nuts, maybe avocados, things like that, that can really kind of hold your appetite, but don't spoil it too much.
Right.
So, you then tend not to overeat.
So that's good. So some good healthy things because you're really thinking about food. You're salivating, and usually you're in the house and you're smelling it.
Right.
So when you
Yeah.
smell this amazing turkey cooking or ham, you get hungry.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
So that is a great tip to have healthy snacks so that a vegetable tray.
Exactly.
A little nut, something with protein that will actually make you not so hungry because
There you
it's
go.
full of protein.
There you go. You got it.
You got it.
Okay, well that's a great tip. What do we have next?
Well, the next tip that we have is actually using healthy substitutes for those meals that you're preparing. And so we talked about the turkey, the macaroni and cheese, the creamy dishes that we prepare that calls
Mashed
for
potatoes.
mashed potatoes. Yes, all these delectable things that we so enjoy around the holidays. But a lot of them can actually add on the pound to really calorie rich, especially those recipes that call for eggs or whipping creams and things of that nature. So what we want you to do is to substitute. So rather than using whole eggs, maybe use egg white substitutes for that recipe that calls for it. When you're making your dressing, use whole grain bread as opposed to white bread. You won't notice the difference in taste, but you'll certainly notice the difference in the calories and the potential weight gain. And then certainly if you're using broths, let's use a fat-free, low-sodium broth rather than the standard broth, which can cut down on, again, some of those extra calories that you might otherwise consume during those holiday meals.
Right, and you are the experts. So when you say there's really no taste difference,
You're
then really
absolutely
there's no
right.
taste
There
You're
difference.
really isn't.
absolutely right. You can still enjoy those yummy meals in a healthy fashion.
Good, because sometimes we have that mindset
We do.
that if we use low fat or no fat, sometimes the no fat is worse for you.
You're
That's right.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
And I see a football. Are we through?
Yes.
Sports involved? Panthers? Is it Panthers because we're on a winning streak?
Well, they certainly are. They're doing phenomenal,
Yes,
and
they
so
are.
we thought it was apropos to bring in a football.
Absolutely.
So what we really want to emphasize here is the importance of staying on a healthy exercise regimen, even throughout the holiday season. So often we kind of slack off. We say, you know what? I'm going to take a couple of weeks off. Then a couple of weeks turns into a couple of months, and then before you know it,
Right.
now you have to make a New Year's resolution to lose the 5 or 10 pounds that you gained over the holidays.
And who does that?
Exactly.
You always have the
Exactly.
resolution, but do
You
you
never
follow
stick
through?
to
That's
it.
right.
That's right.
And so rather than have to resolve to lose weight, why not stick with the healthy regimen and incorporate some healthy activities into your holiday gatherings? And so a game of flag football with family after the meal can burn up to 200 calories, and that's the equivalent of maybe a slice of your favorite dessert. Similarly, when you're going shopping after the big holidays, which we all do, right, because they're the post-holiday sales, walk a little further from your car to the door, take the stairs or the escalator, walk up the escalator as opposed to riding the elevator. Simple ways to actually burn calories that can in turn lead to, a healthier lifestyle and potential weight loss as opposed to weight gain during the holiday season.
And Dr. Rob, you were talking about just throwing the football or parking your car further away, but really it's about tradition too.
Yeah.
Going out there with the family and doing the
Yes.
flag football or throwing the football
Yeah.
rather than sitting in watching watching television
Right.
and playing games.
Yeah.
You know, these are things that can create traditions with a family that will last a lifetime, and they're healthy.
You're right.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
One really great exercise is, after dinner, rake leaves for about 45 minutes. Let the kids jump in them, have a good time. Again, that lends to that tradition, and that actually can burn about 400 calories. Raking leaves for 45 minutes can burn about 400 calories. So there are a lot of things that you can do along those lines to really incorporate exercise into those holiday
I
gatherings.
love that. And we also want to stay safe.
Yes.
Yes, and this is so important because about 400,000 people find themselves in the emergency room after Thanksgiving dinner.
How many?
400,000
Wow.
each year, and it's because of food poisoning. And so a lot of times, we have the big meal, then we sit around and talk, or we hang out, and this food is still sitting out on the counter and what have you, and it's not properly stored. And so we want to remind everyone that there is a proper storage procedure, and so it's 4 by 4 by 4 is 2 by 2 by 4, which is no more than 2 hours. So at that 2-hour mark, you want to put the food away. Okay, and then you don't want to pack it more than 2 inches deep. So we have this container here. If you pack it in like we normally do, up to the top, up to the brim, and it's overflowing, the food doesn't get to cool to the proper temperature rapidly enough. Okay, and so then you find your food in the temperature danger zone where there are bacteria that are multiplying. That danger zone is somewhere between 70 and 130 degrees. And so if your food is not properly cooled fast enough, then you're going to have a problem with bacteria, and then you have the potential for the foodborne illness and food poisoning.
So that's the 2 by 2.
That's the 2 by 2, and then the 4 is 4 days. So after 4 days, you want to make sure to toss it. So after the holiday meals, we're having turkey soup, turkey sandwiches, turkey salad. And try to use it up and be creative and do the best you can. But at that 4-day mark, you really just want to toss it because the potential is too great for illness.
And these are things for like ham and turkey, the mashed potatoes and the sweet potatoes. That probably isn't as important, is it?
Oh,
It
yeah.
certainly
Oh, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually more important, especially for those foods that are maybe dairy-based or some cream-based. The potential for bacteria is even higher in those items. So you definitely want to be careful about food storage and promptly refrigerate it. Cool items should stay cool. Warm items should stay warm. And in between, they need to go in the fridge.
So should you wait? I've always heard that if you're putting away the turkey, you should wait for it to get to room temperature before you put it in the refrigerator. Is that true, or is that a myth?
That is a myth.
Okay.
That is a myth. Again, the idea is to get it out of that temperature danger zone, which is between 70 and 130. And room temperature.
Right.
You know what I mean? It falls in that danger zone. So you want to cool it off as rapidly as you can.
Okay, well, good to know. I'm learning a lot of things here.
Yeah.
And what do we have here?
So what we have here, we know that the holidays are a time that we tend to associate with family, friends, good times, but we also recognize that for a lot of people it brings about memories of loved ones that have passed on. It's stressful for those who may be facing financial challenges as they try to get gifts for loved ones and so forth. And so what we really want people to recognize is that, they need to evaluate their stressors, those that they can change, eliminate, those that they can't, find a way to respond to them differently. And so rather than, worry about how much you're going to spend on Christmas gifts this year, maybe do some homemade gifts that are just more thoughtful. Really focus on the people and the time that you're sharing with them rather than what can really bring about a lot of stress and depression. We know that a lot of people suffer from depression around the holidays, and so much of it is because of these factors we're talking about. And so we really want to let people know that this is a time for laughter. We hear all the time laughter is like medicine, and it's so true. You actually burn calories with laughing. It takes fewer muscles to smile than it does to frown. And so all these things are really true, and they really speak to the health benefits of having a positive disposition and a positive outlook on life.
Right, and it is so true because, the holidays can be stressful. So we really need to think about the joy and why we're celebrating, with family. And you're spending time together. It's not about how much money you spend on a gift. It's about how much time you spend with that person. And when you talked about pictures and remembering those had passed, being able to go back and reflect on memories you had with those people.
You're absolutely right. And another thing we recommend is really sticking to a budget. So many times we find ourselves, stretched to the limit and we're trying to make things happen. Stick to a budget and just say, hey, this is what I'm working with. This is what I'm able to do. And don't really allow those pressures and the financial strain to really stress you out and miss the actual reason for the season.
Right. I love it. And you guys had so many amazing tips. You touched on everything, Dr.
Well,
Rob and
thank
Dr.
you.
Carla. It was such a pleasure to have you. We hope you come back and enjoy another session on. You guys are a wealth of information. Look at your website, urbanhousecode.com, and you just are you're touching the world.
Oh,
so
thank you
so
we're
much.
so glad that you shared with us tonight.
Thank you
Thanks
for having us.
It's our pleasure. So as we go to the holidays, just remember it's about making healthy choices and enjoying the joy that we celebrate Christmas with. That was amazing, Mr. Jeff Brown. Thank you for that musical presentation. It's really getting us into the holiday spirit. And we want to wish our family out there a very Merry Christmas from our family here on the Deborah Kennedy